Oh my God. I was watching, no, actually, I was reading this quote the other day online, and it was saying something about you can know someone for years. You could be friends with someone for years, but it will also take years to know they were never your friends. And for a moment, I pondered, I was like, what does that mean? So I sat on that for a little bit, and I realized, yes, sometimes you may feel like you've known people for a lifetime, and all throughout that lifetime, you were really trying to find out if those people were really your friends. And people sometimes go based, oh, I've known so and so for 2 decades, for 3 decades. The amount of years you've known someone does not equate to their loyalty. So when you say you're friends with people, because these days, everybody friends, you get on social media, you sign up with a couple of people, you accept them as friends, and all of a sudden you're friends with them. Or you may meet people, at gatherings, and all of a sudden you exchange numbers and you're friends. Well, back when I remember making friends, first of all, I remember when we were making friends, it wasn't too many people to befriend. Okay, so friends would consider maybe 2 or 3 people you comfortable with, you can be yourself with, and you can call if you feel like things are going crazy around you, or if you feel like you need someone to vent or someone to talk to, or even someone to share good news. Because sometimes, even though people say they're friends with you, you can't share good news with them, because the moment you share something good with them, it just take them out of their element. And I'm like, if we're friends, you're gonna celebrate me, and I'm going to celebrate you. I'm going to encourage you. You're going to encourage me. You're going to empower me, and I'm going to empower you. Yes, there are days I may be going through my own stuff. I'm not really able to give you my very best move, but also, um that doesn't mean that I don't want good for you, because as a friend you should always, I mean always, see your friend in a good light. Because to me, this is how I am. When I'm friends with someone, there's nothing anyone going to come and tell me about my friend to move me excuse me excuse me, to move me from having good intentions about that person, to kind of change my loyalty about that person, or to even change the way I see that person. Because at the end of the day, listen, I don't take the word friendship lightly. If I said you're my friend, I'm your friend, to me, I'm not saying that, oh, you should always, be the one that I'm constantly, calling to nag or to scream or about my issues. And that's not what I mean. I want to know if I can share good news with you. I want to know if I can call you and cry. I want to know if I have anything that is going on personally that I may not feel like I can share with other people, that you're the one I can call and share those things with no reservations. And I want to know if I can trust you, that you won't judge me, or if I can trust that whenever I tell you something, you keep it to yourself. And yes, I know people sometimes, my husband has this thing that he says, every best friend has a best friend. And it took me years to figure out what he was trying to say. But as I get older, I kind of see what he was saying, because sometimes you know people for a long time, you talk to them, and you build a trust with them. But a lot of time, that trust you build with them, that doesn't mean that they've built that same trust with you, because at the end of the day, you can't control how anybody move with you. What you can control is how you move with people. But we all kind of like wish and expect that what we give to people, that's what we'll get back, especially when it comes to being good to others. But a lot of times, just because you friend with someone, it doesn't mean they're friends with you. And it took me years to find that out. That's not something that I understood in my teens or my 20s. I didn't get it. But as I get older, and I'm like, okay. And a lot of times people don't have to open their mouths and tell you, oh, hey, you know what? This is how I'm moving with you from here on out. Or this is how I see you. Watch silently how they move with you. They don't have to verbalize it. And a lot of times people don't want to fool with you. And just because they've known you a long time doesn't mean they still want to be friends with you. I had to learn that one. Yeah, I had to learn that one. Like, just because I know someone for like 10, 15, 20 years doesn't mean that they see me in the light that, we have like a shared, what I call a shared loyalty. But the loyalty may not be mutual. It doesn't mean that the person doesn't like you or they have something against you. But just like everything else in life, sometimes friendship expires. And a lot of times people are not going to tell you that their friendship has expired with you. What you will see a lot of things like, delayed communications, or sometimes they don't reach out like you reaching out. Or you would see things like you just not on their radar, period. It's like it's not that sometimes, yes, you may have come up in their mind, but they're not gonna stop what they're doing to reach out to you. Because me, this is how I am. If I have a friend, or even if it's an acquaintance, and your name or for some reason you pop up in my mind, I'm picking up that phone. I'm calling you. And if I'm unable to call, I'll text you and say, hey, just checking up on you. I hope all is well. It doesn't cost me anything. I tell people there's a lot of things I do. It's not to be like a ass kisser or to earn brownie points, but it's more so that's the human part of me. That's who I am. But I learned that I can expect me out of other people because other people aren't me. And I'm pretty sure they probably don't want to be me. And so when you move with people, it's just that you're gonna get what you see. And a lot of times we want something beyond what we see, but sometimes some people don't have it to offer. We all know that one friend we can call and vent, and she'll sit there and listen, encourage you, empower you. And we all know there's that friend you can't call and say nothing because she doesn't want to hear anything, or he doesn't want to hear anything negative, because they feel like when you call, you bringing their spirits down. Or you got that other friend where you can call, but you'll never be able to reach her because she's too busy and she got her own things going. But people have different way of moving. But those who are intentionally want to reach out and want to move with you, move with them. That's it. You move with people who are willing to move with you, because a lot of times it's not that people don't like you or they don't see you in a good light. Sometimes they just don't have the extra time to give to you. They may be giving it to someone else, but because that's who they consider to be in a highlight, but it doesn't mean that the person have any problems with you. But it's just that I had to learn that yeah, sometimes, not sometimes, if anything, you don't have to wait for people to verbalize and say, oh, I don't have time for you, I really don't care to have friendship like we used to anymore. But we'll sit there and just wait for people to verbalize those things. Or sometimes we'll wait till they do something that's not nice, and you're like, aha, I knew you weren't my friend. No, you don't have to wait for that. Just watch how people move with you. You will know. Because you can't, a lot of things can be hidden. You cannot hide good friendship, because trust me, a good friendship will always blossom regardless of what's going on around the person. Even if they have a death in the family, if they have some trouble at home, if they're going through illnesses. And I'm speaking from experience. Believe me, it doesn't stop the person to reach out to you and talk to you and be available for you. But like I said, everybody have a different definition of friendship. And for me, A good friendship is somebody I can call for good or bad. It's somebody also I see in a good light. Not that I don't see everybody in a good light, but it's somebody that I, no matter what anyone will come to me and say about them, is going to change my loyalty, is going to change my view about how they move with me. It just won't.